Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Patke. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to analyze the first T20 international which took place in Eden Park, Auckland, between the visiting Pakistani side and the home team New Zealand. In the end, a comprehensive victory for New Zealand by 46 runs, but it was an enticing match right until the death overs of the Pakistani batting innings, when where they completely lost the plot. But anyways, a good entertaining T20 game. New Zealand won the toss. Pakistan, I beg your pardon, won the toss and chose to bowl first. I think that decision backfired pretty early on. 226 eventually New Zealand ended up getting for the loss of 8 wickets. The man of the match was Daryl Mitchell for his magnificent 61 of just 27 deliveries, striking at more than 230. So a magnificent display by him. Finn Allen scored 34 runs of 15 deliveries, which included 3 gigantic sixes as well as 3 boundaries. He set the tone despite the fact that his first couple of deliveries weren't at all comfortable, but he found his groove. He must be very unfortunate that he got out on the bowling of Abbas Afridi. Actually, a clever slower ball by Abbas Afridi, which Finn Allen couldn't pick up, and a simple catch to Amir Jamal in the deep. The pace of the ball was is what did the trick for both the teams, New Zealand as well in the end. So that is something that both the bowlers will look to carry forward for the remaining 4 matches in the series. Conway had a rare failure, very bad shot, a loose shot on the bowling of Shaheen Shah Afridi, Sam Ayub taking a simple catch at short covers. Captain Williamson played a magnificent innings, 57 of just 42 deliveries, which included 9 boundaries. He was eventually dismissed by Abbas Afridi as well. The slower ball, he couldn't time it and gave the catch straight to long on to Fakhar Zaman, but he penetrated the caps pretty well, converted the one into twos, and kept the scoreboard moving. He had an able partner in Daryl Mitchell, who was actually helped by some or very poor bowling by Usama Mir, because he didn't find his length at all. Short balls, full tosses, long hops were common occurrence during the Pakistan bowling in the middle overs, and Daryl Mitchell took full use of it. One good aspect of Daryl Mitchell's innings was that he looked to hit the ball straight down the ground, which gave him the elevation as well as the distance, and he timed the ball pretty well. 4 sixes, 4 boundaries as well. He was eventually undone by Shaheen Shah Afridi, with Saim Ayub taking another catch in the deep. Actually, he took 5 catches. A busy day in the field for him. Glenn Phillips also played a good cameo, 19 of just 11 deliveries, which included 3 boundaries. His wicket was taken by a slower ball of Abbas Afridi, once again rolling his fingers cutter into the wicket. Mark Chapman played a brilliant cameo towards the end as well, 26 of just 11 deliveries, striking at a strike at more than 200, 2 boundaries, 2 sixes. He was eventually undone by Haris Rao, with Saim Ayub taking another catch at long off. Adam Mill hammered one straight from the middle, but he just could score 10 runs. Shaheen Shah Afridi took his wicket, with Saim Ayub taking another catch. He took 5, as I said few moments ago. Safe pair of hands. He is a great fielder. He fields on the boundaries as well. The hotspots that we call in the T20 format. Haris Rauf bowled is Sodi with a magnificent Yorker. He actually took 2 wickets for giving away 34 runs. Shaheen Shah Afridi was expensive on his captaincy debut, full-time T20 international captaincy debut. He went for almost 12 an over. He gave away 46 runs, but he took 3 wickets as well. But it came all too late. Amir Jamal came crashing back to earth. He was the find of the Pakistani team in the Australian tour. But in this game, he bowled 4 overs, gave away 55 runs without any single wicket. He actually bowled, needs to develop variations, the cutters, the slower ones, the Yorkers. Length ball, the New Zealand batsman sat pretty nicely in the deep and just hammered away. Especially Finn Allen and Daryl Mitchell in the middle overs took a liking to the bowling of Amir Jamal. So he needs to develop the variations so that he doesn't become more predictable. It's a one-off game. Abbas Afridi impressed one and all. Excellent length, and as I said at the start of the video, he was the only one which used the dimensions of the ground. Excellent variations, and the New Zealand batsmen themselves had to generate the pace, which was exactly opposite in the case of Amir Jamal. Amir Jamal was just bowling at 145 plus and getting hammered all over the place. The balls were uh, the slower balls were bowled pretty effectively by Abbas Afridi, and a debut to remember for him. And Usama Mir worst performance in international career. 4 overs, 51 runs, no wickets. He actually couldn't find his length at all. He was bowling short pitch ball after short pitch ball, and he couldn't find the line nor the consistency. His speed also was very up and down. So a day to forget, and New Zealand batsmen took full toll. Pakistani batsmen were always against it. Against the ball, 227 to win. But Saim Ayub started brilliantly well. He smashed the first ball of the Pakistani innings of Team Southie for a magnificent boundary towards deep point, and that set the tone. He scored 27 runs of just 8 deliveries with 3 magnificent sixes. One six that he flicked off Adam Milne was one of the best shots I've ever seen. He hit a 6 over covers as well, 2 boundaries. Very, very unfortunate and unlucky that he got run out, but it was his own mistake. There wasn't a single. Rizwan told him to go back, but Adam Milne also right on the mark. So it ended an entertaining innings. If Sam Ayub had been there at the crease for at least the whole power play, who would have known? Maybe Pakistan have won the game as well. But tremendous signs, as we know that Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam are opening for Pakistan for the last 2 to 3 years. But this is an excellent move by the Pakistani team management to send Saim Ayub at the top, and he will pay rich dividends. Believe me, they just need to persist with him. Mohammad Rizwan scored 25, 14 deliveries, 2 boundaries, 2 sixes. Tim Saudi, also congratulations to him. He becomes the first bowler in the history of cricket international T20s to pick up 150 wickets. A slower ball once again, a slower bouncer that undid Mohammad Rizwan with Conway taking simple catch. Babar Azam came back to form, but many people thought that his first part of the innings was very slow, in which he failed to score at a brisk pace. After that, there was pressure due to Babar Azam's initial playing slowly on the rest of the Pakistani batsmen that followed. But he made up pretty well afterwards. The second half of Babar Azam's innings was excellently well. They had cover drives, cut shots, pulls, flicks, everything, a complete package. 57 of just 35 deliveries, 2 massive sixes, 6 boundaries at a strike rate of 162.86, but which unfortunately wasn't enough. His prize wicket was picked up by the fast bowler Ben Sears with captain Kane Williamson taking his catch. Iftikhar Ahmed would be disappointed with his performance. 24 of 17 deliveries, but he hit 2 sixes, including his first ball. But he couldn't find the momentum afterwards. His wicket was taken by Team Southie as well, once again on a slower ball. Used the dimensions of the ground well, and Iftikhar couldn't time the ball, and a simple catch into the hands of its Sodi. Azam Khan couldn't impress in this game. 9 runs, 10 runs of 9 deliveries. His wicket was taken by Adam Milne, with once again the Kiwis keeper Williamson taking a simple catch. Shaheen Shah Afridi went for a golden duck, straight catch to Devon Conway off the bowling of Adam Milne. Amir Jamal smacked 1 6 and a 1 boundary, but it came all too little too late. 14 of 7 deliveries. Usama Mir's wicket was taken by Sears as well, with once again Williamson taking the catch. The New Zealand skipper taking 3 catches. He actually dropped one catch as well, but fortunately, which didn't have too much repercussions for New Zealand. Babar Azam also dropped the catch of Ken Williamson, which unfortunately costed Pakistan more than 30 to 35 runs, but it happens in cricket. Nobody drops catches on purpose. Abbas Afridi scored 1 run. His wicket was taken by Saudi, and Rauf also, whose wicket was taken by Team Saudi, so he wiped up the tail. So all in all, a comprehensive performances by the New Zealand bowler. 180 all out Pakistan in just 18 overs. Team Saudi 4 overs, 25 runs, 4 wickets. He completed 150 wickets, and he brought in his whole experience, because as you know that he is a veteran. He's playing for more than 16 years now, and he used his guile very well. As I'm saying repeatedly in this video, that the dimensions of the Eden Park are shorter from one side and longer from one side. So he pitched up the he didn't pitch up the ball, I beg your pardon. He just bowled 3/4 length, slower bouncers, mixed his variation, mixed his pace, and got the reward. Matt Henry's pace didn't account for too much in this game. 3 overs, 29 runs. Adam Milne was pretty expensive as well. But the run out of Saim Ayub actually turned the game right on its heads. Now, if we look at this summary: 4 overs, 50 runs, 2 wickets. Is Sodi took a magnificent catch of Fakhar Zaman, one of the greatest catches I have ever seen. Full length, and it was the wrong hand of its Sodi. So compliments to him for the catch. but other than that he had an ordinary outing, 3 overs 33 runs 1 wicket. And Ben Sears also was pretty expensive, going at more than 10.50 per over, but he took 2 wickets. So all in all, an entertaining affair. Lots of positive for Pakistan, especially Saim Ayub and Fakhar Zaman. Saim Ayub and Babar Azam's return to form, but they need to tighten up their socks because defeating New Zealand in New Zealand is never going to be easy. So all in all, a magnificent game. We will meet in the next video where we will discuss the second T20 International. Until then, please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon for further notifications. Thank you.